What I didn't realise until I started conducting this choir is just the emotional power of a group of men singing together. It's a sound that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. I think one of the things I like to come across is just how important for well-being singing in a choir is. And I think we learned that very much over COVID when we couldn't do it for 18 months or 2 years. People really missed the singing, of course, and the camaraderie of the regular singing in the choir. I think lots of people enjoy singing in the shower or on the way to work or something on their own, but the joy of singing in a group is something that I think you have to experience in order to understand. And it's a very deep, powerful one, and that is true whether we're singing a traditional Welsh hymn, as we do sometimes, or an arrangement of a modern pop song, or a piece that's specially written for the choir. You get that same kind of visceral feeling of having 40 or 50 men singing together. There's nothing quite like it. I conduct lots of choirs, and this one is unique in that, I think.
I was made very, very welcome over here. I had a voice test first of all, which was a very easy sort of singing up and down the scale. And then I was introduced to a couple of guys from the second tenors, and they basically took me under their wing and looked after me. It's been a great source of friendship because I didn't know anybody when I moved here, obviously. And yeah, I made some great friends, and it's very sociable. It's a very friendly choir. Everybody is very, very friendly and supportive, and if anybody is sort of facing any difficulties, no matter what they are, everybody jumps up and tries to help.
I caught COVID in 2020 right at the very end and ended up suffering from long COVID. So my drive for joining or looking out for a choir was very much health benefits of using my lungs and getting a bit better. And of course, there's so many other benefits to singing, especially with a group. Just from a health point of view, it makes you feel amazingly good.
Joining the choir, first of all, your welcome is a very friendly welcome. Everyone is, we are not professionals. We are not sort of egomaniacs or whatever. We just boys. In actual fact, we have we are like old fogies, like old men, enjoying themselves. So we really, mind you, we have had a few young guys here. It's a friendliness, it's not judgmental.
The age group is probably sort of on the higher end, so it would be nice to have some younger people.
When we're trying to recruit, we would always like to have a wide range of ages within the choir. And on occasions, we've had people who are in their 20s. Unfortunately, we've lost those because they've gone on to university. What's very, very difficult is to get the people who are slightly older than that into their 30s because they have young families. The key thing for people to know who are in that situation is we do want you to come along to rehearse on a Wednesday, but it's not vital that you're there every Wednesday. And if you manage to get to the rehearsals, perhaps even only once a month, just to fine tune it, then that would help. And we would love to have those young voices.
The repertoire is astonishingly wide, actually. In fact, just this evening we've been doing some gospel-y type music and arrangements of songs that Elvis Presley sung, to a brand new piece written by an American composer called Dan Forrest, specially written for male voice choirs. And we also sing arrangements of pop songs, maybe not the absolute latest hip-hop stuff, but certainly things that Adele has covered, Bob Dylan songs, that type of thing, songs from shows. And indeed, back to Mozart and Brahms, that type of music. So it's really everything that you could think of. As far as the community within the choir is concerned, again, I've been involved with many choirs over the years, and there's something very special about the bond that the people who sing in a male voice choir have with one another. They really support one another, they help each other. Very often the choir becomes a really important part of their social life. I think the choir becomes like a family, and often extends to involve not just the people who sing in it, but their wives or girlfriends. Often other members of their actual family will become as well known to the singers as the other singers are themselves.
In terms of learning music within the choir, there's nothing specific that we are told we must do. The music is on the website. The music is also on a feature called Choir Singer. And there's some wonderful techniques for learning to sing without knowing how to read music.
There might be a couple of things which would put somebody off joining a choir for the first time. One might be the sense of commitment. And I guess I'll just reassure people that they're going to want to come to the majority of rehearsals just simply because they're so much fun, they're so rewarding, and they're so lifting. It's often the feeling that you get home from work and you're feeling a little bit tired and jaded and don't want to go out. But that lasts about a minute and a half by the time you get into the rehearsal room, because it's just the energy and the buzz about a rehearsal is just so great. And then of course the performance itself is the icing on the cake, because the adrenaline rush of really performing with the guys in front of an audience that's just loving listening to the music. There's no better feeling than that.
The very first time I turned up, Tony knew I was going to be here, but no one else was really aware, and everybody was suited and booted in their smartest dress, awaiting filming in the main church for a special recording. And so I wasn't expecting anybody really to notice me or to say hello. Yet, even on that occasion, I felt so warmly welcome. Even though they had so many other things to do, I was made to feel welcome. I was made to feel part of it. I was encouraged to come back. And so the following week, when it was a normal rehearsal, again, really made to feel welcome. I literally just turned up and gelled. It was like being at home. And obviously from a health point of view, 18 months on now, it makes me smile. Honestly, the first few weeks, because I wasn't used to it, of coming here, I ached from smiling. So it wasn't just healthy from the point of view of lungs, it was healthy from the point of view of feeling good and smiling, because our musical director has a wonderful way of encouraging good behaviour and involvement in the songs with good humour.
I think what I didn't realise until I started conducting this choir is just the emotional power of a group of men singing together. It's a sound that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and that is true whether we're singing a traditional Welsh hymn, as we do sometimes, or an arrangement of a modern pop song, or a piece that's specially written for the choir. You get that same kind of visceral feeling.
After our Playhouse concert in Epsom, just a month ago, I spoke to a few people who were there as guests in the audience, and several of them were saying how that they were emotionally moved, some drawn to tears, and much as it would, it's impossible to know what memories or thoughts or emotions were triggered, but as someone performing on stage, singing songs, having somebody say that they were emotionally moved, no matter how that actually comes about, is one of the most amazing reactions that you can have. You know, that's job done.
Another wonderful part to the choir is that we have, as part of the outreach from the choir, are the Epsom Singers. It's a wholly inclusive group of Epsom Male Voice Choir singers. And we then sing some of the songs we've learnt within the choir, sometimes not in harmonies, but just in simple unison. But we go out singing to the old folks' homes at various functions which can't afford to have the whole choir. And it's a wonderful thing.
If you enjoy singing, you're definitely going to enjoy being part of Epsom Male Voice Choir. It's such a varied sort of group of people, and people come from all walks of life.
Everyone is enthusiastic. You know, we don't, everyone, every rehearsal, we look forward to songs. Of course, we have a nice tea break. Everyone's birthday is celebrated. It's cakes and tea, and you know, so you really look forward. And then we off to the next pub and have a drink after that.
It's a family. It's a family that is really looks out for each other, and it doesn't have that sort of awkward cliquiness where people are trying to outdo each other in some organisations. Everybody here at Epsom Male Voice Choir is here for one reason: that's to have fun, enjoy themselves, and learn some good music and sing